It's a great day, my amazing CEOs. Welcome to the CEO Sales Huddle. Many companies face challenges when it came to collaborating and working remotely across different platforms and different areas of the world. It was just a huge challenge. And Eric Yuan, the founder of Zoom, well, he decided he wanted to do something different. Now here's a guy who faced multiple denials just trying to get in to the United States of America. His visa was denied many, many, many times. And then once he got here, his frustration was, how do I communicate back? How do I work remotely when I'm not there with other folks that are in different locations? Now, here's an interesting fact. I think the real fuel that really got this guy up and going was he was tired of the long train rides to see his girlfriend, and he was unable to communicate. And he said, wow, what if I step back? What if I build a platform that allows us not only to communicate, but to also have video communications? It's easy, it's simple, and it can make a difference for anyone in the world. Well, today, I believe Zoom is a household name. They have over 750,000 plus users and growing every single day. What's the takeaway? What's the big message I have, or my big takeaway for all the CEOs out there? It's all about embracing persistence. It's about sales leadership. Even when you see something that doesn't exist, even when there's going to be trials, there'll be tribulations, and everyone's saying, I don't know, you're spinning your wheels doing a lot on this. That's not what he did. He embraced persistence, and as a result of embracing change, we now are able to communicate through the power of these fiber optic lines. And you too, once you do that, it will not only ignite your sales team, which is pretty cool, but it also brings sales growth into your business. So with that being said, my name is Shay Brown. Welcome to the CEO Sales Huddle, a place we get together every single morning, a place where CEOs gather so they can make more sales. I always like to start off with our core mantra, our core belief. It's something that we believe. It's something that we say every single day because that's what we believe, and that's what it is. And it is, if you can't focus on sales, you can't be in business. I know that's going to sound overly simplistic. It's going to sound like, Shay, that's not a big deal. But if you think about it, as you go about your day and go about your business, if you focus on everything else but sales, there'll always be more money going out than there is coming in. And that's just not a good feeling, by the way. So every morning, I believe that every CEO needs to say three things. They need to look at their business, which we'll talk about in a moment when we get to the CEO's dashboard, but they need to look at their business and say three words. I must learn, I must earn, and I must return. Let me say that again. Learn, earn, and return. Now repeat after me on the other side. This is very important because this is for you as a CEO, by the way. You can repeat after me. You'll see it right on the right-hand side. I hope you can see that. I have to learn something new. So you're always learning, always growing, in order to earn new revenue from the current clients, because you're taking them back something new, in order to get new and old clients to return. Learn, earn, return. That's our mantra, because if you can't focus on sales, you can't what? You can't be in business, right? Now, as we move along, we've got 15 minutes. We're at the 3 minutes and 30-second mark. We have objectives here at the CEO Sales Huddle, so I'm glad you're here. Our number one objective is sales progress. If you open up your bank account this morning, you can see what sales went in. If you have a merchant account, you can see what sales went in. If you look at any other place where revenue comes in, we're going to take an assessment every single day, and today is day 9 of the month we're in, which is November, so it's a very short month. Then we address any roadblocks. We already know when it's Thanksgiving month that it might be a roadblock for some folks, right? It might be 1, 2, or 3 days less they have in the selling cycle. So we got to do some things differently. And then last is the understand, and this is something that every CEO really needs to understand, the 5 sales pillars. Now, I'm going to say what they are right now just so you have them, but there's sales planning, very important. There's sales cycles. That's the cycles of your client journey. There's sales positioning. That's the language that you're using in your messaging. Then there's sales indicators. We're going to do that today on the CEO sales dashboard. And then last, there's the sales team. Those are the folks that are generating revenue, and you wear a lot of hats. I get it. You wear a CEO hat. You wear a chief marketing hat. You wear a chief information officer hat. You wear a chief administrative hat. You wear a chief branding hat. You wear all the hats. But I'm going to tell you one thing. If you can't focus on sales, I believe in my heart, you just can't be in business. Now, for all of the folks who come every single morning, thank you. I'd like to do a check-in. This is our accountability time. This is a great time. I love reading the comments below. I love getting the DMs. Thank you so much for sending them to me. It encourages me because you're my accountability partner. But do me a favor. If you're watching this live, or even if you're watching the replay, look right below the video and put, I'm here. I'm here just means you showed up. You are here. Whether you're listening to me while you're driving down the road, listening to me while you're getting dressed, answering email, you're here. And those that want to DM me, you can go ahead and DM me over at I am Che Brown. At I am Che Brown. Now, if you listen to the replay, it's okay. Just put hashtag replay. You're here, though. You're here. Thanks for showing up. For all the new folks that are joining for the very first time, let me just tell you what we are. CEO Sales Huddle. This is a place where we gather to understand how to sell more faster. It's the number one objective. You're going to sell with or without us. I have no doubt. You're already successful. You're already amazing. You're already awesome. But now you want to be able to do it faster with less effort. Now, what's our big why? Why do you show up for 15 minutes a day? Why do you tune in and go back and listen to this for 15 minutes? Why do you make this a part of your daily schedule as a CEO? For three big whys. The first why is just sales growth. You want to grow. Every single day you want to grow a little bit more, grow a little bit more, grow a little bit more. You understand as a CEO, if there isn't any sales growth or there's more money going out than coming in, they've got to fire you. Now, it's not a good thing or bad thing. It's not a beat me up conversation, but you're looking for sales growth. Number two, accountability. We'll often do more for others than we'll do for ourselves. So the fact that you checked in and said, I'm here, that's pretty cool. And I know some of you, we've had some dialogue back and forth. Some of you have my email, but in the DM, I talked to 3 people yesterday. It was so amazing. You said you were here. I'm here. And yes, today is day number 9. I know what day it is, by the way. And we're going to look at the last 8 days and look at the progress. And then we got another 9 plus 11, about another 21 days to go. But we're going to close this month out. Okay, and that's for folks who work on the weekend. And the last one is just consistency. That's why we're here. 15 minutes. That's all I asked for. 15 minutes. We're at the 7-minute mark. This is a check-in. This is a huddle. This is what we do. So you stay in the conversation around sales and success. And when you're in the conversation, you're just more likely to perform at a higher level. What's our number one outcome? 100K plus of consistent, predictable, reliable revenue. Now, that might not excite you, and that's okay. For others, it excites you. This is the place to be. So if you don't want 100K for yourself, if you're doing that right now in a month, there's no big deal, easy peasy breezy, then make that number 200K. That's okay. Or make that a goal for every person that works for you. Look, we all know one thing, that we have the potential inside of us to perform at a higher level than whatever level we're performing at right now. I believe that with every fiber in my heart that we all can do that. So what do you need to do? We created this so there would be no barrier other than your commitment. All I ask is you show up first for yourself, and then second, you show up for your business. You show up for you. If you can't make it, send your assistant, send someone here, 15 minutes a day. Matter of fact, take this right now, share this out, hit the share button, hit the subscribe button, follow us. Let's stay in this conversation. Now, as we reach the part where I don't know, look at the time here, 8 minutes and 30 seconds. See, I'm getting better. They got me tracking it and watching it. I keep telling you what gets measured gets managed, what gets measured gets managed. So now my team is like, Shay, you got to measure where you're talking too, okay? So 15 minutes. CEO Sales Dashboard. Now, my promise to you, I know I've said this, is that you're going to get the CEO Sales Dashboard from us. It is an Excel sheet. You've already created your own. This is when we do the metrics review. We look at leads, appointments, offers, deals, and repeat business. Now, every day I do a deep dive in one area. I'm going to do a deep dive in first 1, 2, 3, 4 days, 4 deals. But first, take a look at leads. Go to your column in leads and put down how many leads came in yesterday. Then how many leads do you have month to date? And then how many leads have come in year to date? So you got current leads. You got, if you want to have week-to-date leads, then you can have month-to-date leads, and then you have year-to-date leads. Now, that's pretty cool, right? Now, some of you have engaged leads underneath that. Some of you have qualified leads. Some of you have been tracking this since we started. That's cool. If you're just joining, don't be overwhelmed. You're going to have those categories down. And then you have appointments. How many appointments did you have set yesterday? And then how many appointments yesterday did you run? Not going to get into the type of appointment. You can go back and watch the last replay on that. And then how many offers did you at least make? Last night, I was giving a talk to a global speakers mastermind group. And in speaking to that group, I brought up this whole idea that some folks just need to make more offers, right? They need to put themselves in a position and track how many offers are they making to close a deal? How many offers are they making to advance a deal? How many offers are they asking for referrals? But whatever, they need to track more offers. On this particular episode, as we get to the 10-minute mark, I really want to focus on deals. And this is not a good thing or bad thing, so don't feel like we're beating you up. But take a look. Don't look at the revenue yet. Just look at how many deals were closed yesterday. Now, I know some of you sell different products and you don't have closed deals every day. That's okay. And then if you have that other column there that says how much revenue was associated with the deal, put that in. Now, again, what gets measured gets managed. And then take a look at the deals for the month to date. There's only been 8 days. And maybe you're saying, Shay, the deals aren't there yet, but when I look at my lead category, I'm pretty cool because I got some new leads coming in. Shay, when I go back and look at my appointments, I got some opportunities, Shay. You taught me that leads represent hope. No leads, no hope. I've got the leads, so it's coming. That's okay. Don't get yourself down if the deals aren't there or the revenue's not there yet as a CEO. But look at yourself and your team. This is a CEO dashboard. I believe every single morning there's one dashboard you should look at. That's the CEO sales dashboard. Look at where the numbers are. It helps set the tone for the rest of the day. And then last is repeat business. Repeat business is how much revenue has come in that was a result of a customer that bought something else from us, whether it's something new or they repeated, whatever it is for you. Now, this is very important. It's about important as you're going to get. So now you have those 5 categories that you got to look at every single day. You do those 5 categories, you're spot on. One of the things I like to do, and we have another segment here as we reach the 12-minute mark, we're doing well today, ladies and gentlemen, is to celebrate wins. And I love to celebrate wins. Like, what are you most proud of? Yesterday, for me, I'm just most proud of the fact that I got a chance to share on 3 different podcasts, 2 podcasts, and I did 1 training. Now, it's not about me because everyone doesn't have the same business model. It's not about what you do, but that was super amazing. Well, our biggest accomplishment yesterday was, I'll just share with you right now, is that we had a team that we're now working with. So many of you know you outsource your sales team to us, and my team brought on a new client yesterday. We did what's called the mock write-up, the mock sales call with them on a Zoom call. Speaking of Zoom. And it went very, very well. They're pleased. They're aboard. But it's not about me. It's really all about you. And what do you want to brag about? Like if you could just send me an inbox. If you want to brag and send me an inbox, you can do that. Just go over to @IamJBrown on Instagram. That's my jam. But I'm on Facebook or LinkedIn. It doesn't really matter. But I like Instagram. And send me a quick note and say, Shay, I just want to tell you about yesterday. I think that's always pretty cool. It's great to connect with so many of you. We're going to be on this journey together. Every day we're going to get a little bit better. We're going to get a bit stronger. It's like when I ran my first marathon, I wasn't that great, but with my 5th marathon, I was training and I was following the reps and doing all the things I was supposed to do. But we're not going to pretend like the world is all cupcakes, rainbows, and unicorns, okay? We're not going to do that. We're going to acknowledge that there's some roadblocks out there. We've got some challenges ahead of us. So what was your biggest roadblock just yesterday? And for me, honestly, it was preparing for a big presentation I have next week. I wanted to get to it, but because I had so many what I call these Zoom or video type of broadcasts, I just couldn't get to it yesterday. It's not an excuse. It just is what it is. I'm not going to do this every day, as y'all know. I don't share this, but I wanted to make sure that you understand I'm like you. As I go through this, I'm growing, you're growing, we're in this together, and that's what makes this so special. I love every member of the CEO Sales Huddle. What is preventing you from moving forward today? Take a look at it. Now, I'm not going to say you got to eat that frog, got to do it first thing, but I want you to acknowledge it. And then number 2, what is the one thing you could do today that if you did it, it would help move everything forward? Now, I always like to stop and I always like to share the learn, earn, and return, the 5 pillars. I do this every single time because I believe that make sure you can see it. I believe that there are 5 pillars that every CEO must understand. I didn't say you have to be the number 1 person at doing it, But I do believe in my heart that you do have to understand it. So one is sales planning. That's when we plan our revenue, we plan our actions, we plan our sales activity. We call it tipper. I'm at the 14-minute and 45-second mark. Okay. So it looks like we're going to go into what's called CEO overtime. That's when I get by everything I need to get by to in the first 15 minutes, and you have everything you need, and you're welcome to leave. And then I might take another less than 3 to 5 minutes to kind of finish off my train of thought. But my train of thought is learn, earn, and return. I want to give you at least a one sentence definition for each of the 5 pillars, and then you think about which 5 pillar is most important to you for where you are now in your business growth with your team, and what you're looking to do. But the first one is always sales planning. And that's what we do when we come in for 15 minutes a day. We look at something called TIPA, top income producing activities. What are the activities that produce the money? Okay. I'm going to say this. Sales doesn't equal revenue. Sales equals action, action equals sales, and sales equals revenue. So that's what planning is all about. Then there's the sales cycles. And then there's sales positioning. And then there's sales indicators that we track every single day. And then there's the sales team. The sales team is what are they going to be doing every single day of every moment, right? And we have 5 components of a 7-figure sales team, a conversation we're not going to get into today. But just be aware, if you don't want to sell, you don't have to. You can outsource it. Like, you ain't got to do it. It's just not, it's not even required. Okay, it really isn't. You don't even have to learn these skills. But as a CEO, you must be aware of these skills, because at the end of the day, you're making the decisions on where to allocate the resources inside of your company, which I think is so important. So as we close out, I want to say a couple things. Number one, our responsibility as CEOs is to learn, earn, and return. I have to learn something new. Tell yourself that. I have to learn something new. Tell yourself that in order to earn new revenue from current clients, in order to get new and old clients to return. Oh, that's so important. And as I love to say every single time, I always close this way. If you can't focus on sales, well, ladies and gentlemen, you just can't be in business. Take a picture of that. Like you might even put that as a screensaver up. If you can't focus on sales, not saying it's your only focus all day, but if you go day in and day out, day in and day out, day in and day out, and you're just going and going and going and going and going, and there's no focus, here's what I know. You get what you focus on. Powerful people ask powerful questions because questions steer focus. And in this life, you get exactly what you focus on. So if you can't be in sales, you can't be in business. That's our personal mantra. That's what we believe with every fiber in our heart. There has to be a focus because you get what you focus on. You see, sales doesn't equal revenue. Sales equals action. It's the action you're taking. Action equals sales, and then sales equals revenue. So what's the point, Shay? It's all about the action. When you have focus, you take the actions you need in order to generate the sales in your business. You got what you need. You are successful. Thanks for showing up for the CEO Sales Huddle. You're amazing. You're incredible. You're super special. I believe that. You're one heck of a CEO. You are a successful CEO. And I believe for you, you're going to go rock it out today. With that being said, I'll see you at the next CEO Sales Huddle. Hit the share button. Make sure you subscribe to it. Make sure you subscribe to the podcast. Let's stay in the conversation, and send me a DM at I am Shay Brown. Let me know you were in the conversation, and let me know what you would like to hear. I'm out. Thanks for serving. Peace, everybody.